Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to my channel on this very nice Friday at the moment. So, who have we got? Here we are. We've got Jamie, and we've got Ejiki,
It's in the
rockstar
house.
himself. It's in the house. Yeah, any excuse, Andrew. Right, what we're doing today? Right, change camera. So on the lathe today, I've got a nice piece of fairly wet ash. I'm back to turning ash again. So we're going to turn a natural edge bowl out of this. Probably fairly thin. It might be straight from the tool. I might finish it off. Haven't decided yet. It's probably not going to have any colour though. So what sort of size does people like to know that? At the moment, it's about 5 inches deep and it's about 8 inches across. So not that big. Right, turn that on. And I've got this held different today. Seeing as how the bark on this is quite thick, it would have been difficult just using my usual force and a bit and holding it in the C jaws or the chuck. So I've got a different chuck on today, and I'm actually got it held using pin jaws. I should probably have the tail stock up as well, but bugger it, we'll see what happens.
Hodgepodge, you ain't got to worry about that, buddy. Ashley's very much asleep right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She went on a bit of a power trip the other day. Oh dear. Go on then, Andrew.
I knew that was coming. Right, let me scroll up. And so, top of the chat, we've got Dr. Bob. And then we've got Sid's Repurposing. Mr. Chris Dodds is in. So Gamer Dad.
How you doing?
Jennifer's Crafting Creations. Hello. Laurie 500.
I think that's Leroy.
It is Leroy, you're right. I've got my wrong glasses on. Oh no. I'm in here as well. Sorry, guys. So's Ward Wilson.
Ward Wilson?
This is whole other country.
Michael, I really don't want to butcher your last name, so I'm just going to say hello, Michael.
Michael has a party.
That's the one. Brian with a Y. Hodgepodge is in. And Robert Dolman. Paul Bolton. And, Steve Hale's in as well. I think. Fred Gilliver's here, and so's Vicky as well. Hello, Vicky. Rex B's here. And I think that's it. If I've missed anyone, Michael McEwen's in as well.
Mr. 14 Karat Gold.
Yeah. And Pete from Twisted Trees.
Hey, Pete. Doing? I still haven't had a chance to play with that jig for the Dremel yet.
Mr. Matt Wackel is here.
Hey, Matt.
Wackadoodle.
And I think that's it. If I've missed anybody, I do apologise.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Let's get some of this outside taken off a bit.
Let it be known that Vicky thought Andrew's last name was Moron.
Yeah, I know.
Really? Cheers, Vicky. You're not wrong. But you're not right.
So just to let everybody know, this Saturday coming up on the 24th of September is the return of the Virtual Craft Festival. On it we have, starting at 10 AM UK time, is myself on my channel. Then it goes on to Ellen at Crafts with Ellen, and Andrew over at AGK Woodworks. Then Kez and/or Phil over at Spirit and Bear. Then we got Sneaks over at Sneaks Wall Art. Then we have Brian from Woodturning is on it. Then we have Jake Thompson. Then we have Dustin from the Art of Craftsmanship on. Then after that we have Adam at I Love Woodturning is on. Then after that we have Mr. Scott Hampton. Then after that we have the guys at Art of Fire doing some glass blowing. Then we have Cameron Porter from Cammy's Garage. Then after that we have Joey Stillblade. And then finishing up the show is Mr. Carl Jacobson. You probably noticed that there was only 15 names read out there. Unfortunately, we had a last-minute cancellation and I was unable to fill the spot. So, yeah, we brought the last couple of people forward by an hour. So, it is what it is. So,
It is what it is.
It's a 15-hour show this month.
We just had a few more people sneak in there. Mr. Homey Depot's here.
Joey!
Hang on.
Martin Brees.
Hey, man.
Mailman.
And I'm sure I just saw, there we are. Lisa at the Ugly Room Crafting. Hello. Oh, and Anita Ball's here as well.
It's pronounced garage. I forgot to do a little undercut on there, so I'll have to do the mortise again.
Brad Housen as well. Hey, Brad.
Hello, Brad. And hello, Carla.
Joey. Safe travels, Jennifer and Mark. Yeah, sorry, Mark. Hope you get there safely.
Take it easy. Is it taco time yet, Joe? Sorry, taco.
John McDonald's just joined us as well. Hey up, John.
Bloody hell.
Chris.
Is that in the chat?
Joey says it's almost that time, JP.
There you go. John McDonald says, K-Bear, how you doing there, boo-boo? Everybody put a bear in a chat for John McDonald. If you know, then you know.
Got knocked off a wee bit there.
Just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, that's it. Just about back.
Joey says, "Hey, boo-boo, you want some pasta?"
There's a few coming in now with all the bears.
There you go. Anita's put a cuddly bear. That's probably closer to it.
Yeah, cheers for that, Brad. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, guys. Wayne
Yeah.
will really appreciate it.
He sure as heck will. I suppose we'd like to know, so will this be a natural edge ash piece? Make sure you get all the paper off the edge after finishing.
All the what?
Paper, I guess the tissue paper.
Ah, well, I might not be using tissue paper.
He says the last thing you want is paper stuck on your ash.
There is that. Oh, I haven't even put the bloody mortise in yet. Stupid boy Pike.
You stupid boy, Pike. You know, Vicky says something really nice to me today. She says, while I'm out, feel free to do yourself something to eat for dinner.
That's really nice of her.
That's really nice of you. I'll be sure not to make myself go hungry.
At least she's thinking about you.
Yeah. There's this really nice lemon drink on the side. I might drink all of that. She says, all right, I'll cook before I leave. No, you're right. I'll cook it myself. If you cook before you leave, I'll end up going to the hospital with you. So is this what you would call a pedestal bowl, Wayne?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Ruby Claire is in. Hello, Ruby.
Hiya, Ruby.
Hello, Ruby.
Ruby, 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 Ruby. Do, 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 do. Have you got any questions for the chat today, Andrew?
Nope.
Can you think of any?
Let me think. Lemon oil or teak oil? That's an easy one.
Obviously, they say lemon oil.
Absolutely. I was joking.
I know Vicky would anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Talk about putting me on the spot, Jamie. Can't think of anything. My mind's just gone
Okay. What about if you were a hobbit? Would you rather live under a bridge or in a cave?
Oh dear.
Vicky says, "Can I ask a question?" Depends.
I'm gonna say cave. Because I've got one.
Okay.
Susie,
Bridge
hello.
Ruby says cave. Ward Wilson says cave. Vicky says cave. Steve Hale says cave. Fred says cave. Michael says caves. Yeah,
A lot of
cave
caves.
seems to be the answer. Crystal says live at Terry's workshop. Kind of the same thing.
Yeah, that's another hobbit.
Vicky says, would you rather go rock climbing or skydiving?
Skydiving.
Rock climbing.
Chris Schwing says bridge. I'm claustrophobic.
I could never see the point of actually voluntarily jumping out of a perfectly serviceable aeroplane.
Fred says skydiving. Steve Hale says rock climbing. Pete says skydiving, at least the falling is intentional.
Yeah, that's true.
Michael
Michael
says
says
skydiving. Vicky says rock climbing. Vicky says I couldn't do it either way and I'm too scared. Thing is, she says all of this until she actually does it, and then it's the best thing she's ever done.
Brad says he likes to rock climb because he likes to work out.
Likes to work. I'd be worried to do cut my beard and all the ropes. Put all this time into growing something for it to be torn out. I'd probably jump out of a plane and feel the wind blowing it. Mind you, it could end up blowing you off track.
A bit of drag.
Yeah.
Ooh, Ruby's done both. Rock climbing and skydiving.
Oh,
Yeah,
what did you
she
prefer, Ruby?
She is also an exceptionally good underwater
Woodturner.
camera operator. No, underwater camera operator. She did a lot of stuff on
Yeah,
quite
you're
a
right.
few television programs.
Yeah. I've heard her woodturnings are pretty alright as well.
It's alright.
It's alright. Alright.
in fact, it's a hell of a lot better than alright.
Yeah. Certainly knows what thing they're feeding to. Bill says I have problems going up the mast on my sailboat.
Bear with me, I'm just going to go another new piece of abrasive.
Ruby says, Wayne, this will make a lovely candy dish. I enjoyed both in my youth. Today I'll just watch.
Very nice.
Yeah, the grain on this piece is really nice.
William Kenny's in, and Chris from Bailey Woodworks is in.
Hi, Chris. William.
Hello.
Hodgerush says Ali likes how the shape of this is developing. I think I'm going to have to do one as well when I find the right piece of wood. Oh, he said really like how the shape is developing. Susie would like to know, are you going to colour this, and what wood is it? It's ash, and are you going to colour it, Wayne? Chat to Wayne.
Hello.
Right.
Susie. Are you going to colour it, Wayne?
No. No,
There you go.
not this piece.
We
It's a
want to
little
know,
bit.
Susie, when you're going to join the chat and the panel.
It's a little bit on the wet. Well, she'll not be able to do it today. She's just on a lunch break.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Now, there's a little bit of the pith just left in here. I try to get this right down the centre. There's a little bit of the pith just left in there. I'm just going to leave it.
Go on, Andrew.
Oh yeah. That's the best I've got.
Yeah, it's definitely a job for Shug, isn't it?
It is. Bill did ask a question though. He wanted to know what is that attachment on your drill?
The attachment on the drill.
It's a sanding
Sanding hammer.
attachment.
There you go. It's a sanding arbor. So it's got a piece of foam. These are actually replaceable as well. So it's got a piece of foam with Velcro on, and the abrasive sticks onto the Velcro. So I have, how many of these have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got about 6 of these with different grades of abrasive paper on. So basically, I just swap it rather than keep on taking the abrasive off the Velcro because that wears it out. I just have different grades of abrasive on different ones, and I've got a keyless chuck on my drill, so it's very easy just to swap them out.
There you go. Radar's in.
Hello.
And Hodgepodge says you've got oil on your elbow now.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that as well, Robert. Right, seeing as how this is oil, it's just going to get a wipe. I am going to use paper, but it is just going to get a wipe because a lot of that oil is actually soaked straight in. I'm just going to wipe off the excess. This will have a fairly matte finish, this will. But that's not a problem.
Doug Miller's
Right.
just joined.
Take this off. Hey, Doug.
Doug.
Right, so that's how it's been held. So it's got a just an inch or 25mm hole drilled into there. And this is a pinto. I don't know if you can actually see these properly. I'll show you when I take the chuck off. So that's the pin jaws. They're brilliant for doing things like this. And when you open them up a bit, you can actually fit very small pieces into the inside of the jaws for doing the really small pieces. There.
Christos says, there you go, Hodge. Wayne is wiping his ash.
I probably should have super glued that pit, just in case I get a blowout. If I get a blowout, I get a blowout.
Right. Benjamin's got a question. He says, Wayne, do you ever get the issue where you apply oil and wipe it off, but then come back later when it's dried to find more oil has seeped out the wood and then dried in little spots?
Yes, I have had that, and what I tend to do then is sand it back and start again.
Amy DeAngelis is in.
Hi, Amy. Strange
Hello,
story
Amy.
about wood and stuff seeping out of it. We got given a box with a very nice inlay in the top, with different veneers and everything, from Jane's mum. A lot of years ago, this was. And I was going to start sort of redo some of the veneers to get it back. And we had it stored in a cupboard in the dining room. And then one day, both of us, both Jane and I, noticed the floor in the dining room was quite wet. Now, we've got tiles down in the dining room, so we noticed it was quite wet. I thought, have we got a leak in the roof? I couldn't see anything dripping down from the ceiling or anything like that. Had a look through the cupboard, and underneath this box, there was a damp patch. And so I took the box out, and it was quite damp. I give it a wipe down, give the shelf inside the cupboard a wipe down, put it back in there. A few days later, same thing. So we actually took it out. I brought it in the workshop. I brought this box in the workshop, and that leaked water for weeks and weeks and weeks. It just carried on. It just kept on leaking water. Don't know where the hell it was coming from, because it was totally dry. The wood was totally dry. It was really strange. Never seen anything like that before.
Bryn weren't using it for a toilet, was he?
We didn't have Bryn at that time.
All right.
Make sure that's missing. That's nicely centered.
Everyone's saying a load of done.
That's nice.
Right, for those of you, I haven't, to tell you the truth, I haven't done any colouring for ages. So tomorrow night on the Virtual Crafty, I'm going to be doing some colouring on a piece of sycamore using the Joe Sonia iridescence. And basically what I'm going to be doing is showing you the different types of techniques that I use to apply Joe Sonia's iridescence.
Jennifer's Crafts and Creations is off, and Hodgepodge says, what thickness are you planning for?
What?
What thickness are you planning for?
I'm not actually sure, Robert. Obviously a bit thinner than this. I reckon around about 1/2 inch on this one.
Vicky says, question for the earworms. What's your all-time favourite piece of wood you've turned, and what finish do you prefer?
Favorite piece of wood.
I'll put that out to the chat as well. Favorite
Does it
piece
have
of
to
wood?
just be wood?
Well, it could be. You could say resin, and if it's Alumilite, then you could use Jake 10 at checkout.
Absolutely.
And if you wanted to colour that resin, you could go to Eye Candy Pigments and use Jake 15 at checkout. Get yourself a nice little some discount on both. Susie says you and Laburnum. So you is a tough one to beat.
Yeah,
That's
usually
It
real-
is a
that's
tough
real-
one to beat.
That's a
One
real
of the
pretty
best,
wood.
one of the best bulls I ever turned was out of a piece, absolutely beautiful piece of burr ash. This was back in the 90s. This was. It was really nice.
Wild cherry, says Bill.
I do like the finish that Paduke gives, but it's ball ache to clean up afterwards.
It gets everywhere. It's awful.
And it's like sand. You're still finding it weeks later.
The thing is with Padoke though, it doesn't matter what type of. No, I've never tried any sort of poly finishes or anything like that with Padoke, but it just goes dark brown after a while.
Yeah. And then there's obviously got walnut as well. I've done some. I've got a nice Wenge video. That's quite nice. Olive wood, Lisa said, that's another good one. Pete said London plain. Brian with a Y says olive and almond.
Olive's really nice.
I think Vicky's been on the wood database. She don't know that much about wood. She says she likes purple heart.
When was the last time you turned Purple Heart, Vicky?
Yeah. I think she just knows that I've got a piece of purple heart on the shelf. For years though, my finish has got to be Yorkshire grit and Hampshire sheen microcrystalline wax. It used to be Hampshire sheen and Yorkshire grit and Hampshire sheen high gloss, and I changed the high gloss for the microcrystalline wax. I actually need to get some more of that because I've been using Chestnut's microcrystalline wax lately.
I use
What we're getting
chestnuts, microcrystalline.
Yeah, it's
And
not
I
bad.
like it.
It's actually really nice. There's no reason not to use it. Rich the beard's in.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Benjamin says, anyone turned those huge trees you see with like a 20-foot diameter trunks, great
Sequoia.
reds, you think? Sequoia.
Yeah.
Oswald says, I did have a piece of it that made a small vase.
See how I'm doing on the inside. Right.
Sorry, fellas, I need to take off. We've just got visitors.
Okay.
All right. I'll catch everybody later.
All right, mate. No worries.
All right. I'll speak to everyone later. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take it
Bye-bye.
easy, Bomb. Bye.
See ya. Was he gone?
Okay. Yeah, he's disappeared. Somebody's just turned up, so he must have had some visitors turn up, so he's got to shoot.
Oh, right. Okay. No bother. That's better.
How wet did you say that wood was, Wayne?
Right. I got this from the tree surgeon around about 2 months ago. Was it? Yeah, about 2 months ago. So it's about 2 months
Wow.
since it was felled.
So Bill likes turning aromatic cedar is nice, but he's allergic to it. That's a shame.
I'm starting to get a bit of vibration on that. I'll just swap over to me bigger gouge.
Big boys coming out.
Drop the tool rest down a bit.
Hodge is wanting to know if that Simon Hope handle is a collet style.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is a collet style. So that's the collet there. The red coloured one is 16mm or 5/8. The blue coloured one is 13mm or half an inch, and the yellow coloured one is 10mm. Or God, what's 10mm?
10mm.
10mm. Let's see, 6mm is a quarter. So 9mm is 3/8, just over 3/8.
So Pete says cedar smells wonderful when you start turning it, but it soon becomes overpowering. So he tends to turn it and then leaves the shop for a couple of days.
All right. That's grand.
And Donna Love Angel's just joined us. Hello, Donna.
I'm going out for a wee drink with Glyn tonight.
Oh, that'll be nice for you.
Yeah, he's taking Joe across to Northern Ireland for a few days and then meeting up with Brian across there. So they're getting the ferry from Stranraer, so they're stopping in Dumfries overnight. So I'm going to meet them for a couple of drinks. Right, I'm going to change gouges again and move on to my traditional grind just to finish off the bottom in here. There we go.
Very nice. That's looking awesome.
Right, give this quick sand. I'll start off with my 80 grit gouge. Now, I've said this before to people. If you are using a drill, using power sanding to do this, even if you're using one of the inertia sanders, if you've got a natural edge, obviously you've got air here and wood here. So always have the drill or the inertia tilted away That way, the wood's coming round and hitting onto the bottom side of the pad like that. If you have it flat, you can have a chance, especially when you get to the natural edge, of it actually hitting on the arbor itself and maybe smashing it off the lathe, smashing the arbor, something like that.
Good advice. Brad's wanting to know if you've ever
Yeah.
turned bone, antler, or horn.
No, none
He
of
said,
them.
well, if you do, make sure you're in a well-ventilated area because they stink.
Oh yes, I know that. I know that. I've heard that loads of times if you're working with any of that type of stuff.
And Ruby's agreeing with him, Brad. You're right about that. John McDonald's wanting to know, Wayne, if you've ever used a Sanderflex.
Sanderflex. John, can you explain what it is? And I think you can guess by that answer or that
It's a
question,
no.
it probably means no. What I really want to get is a right angle drill, but we don't get the cheap ones like you do in the States at Harbour Freight. They always tend to be quite expensive over here because I want a powered one. I don't want a battery operated one. I want a powered one.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I was looking at some the other week, and they're not cheap, are they?
No, the cheapest
Got a
one I
good one.
found was about 130 quid. Might not sound a lot of money, but it definitely is when you haven't got any.
Absolutely.
Just give this a wipe down, and then that'll be us.
So they're saying Phil Anderson uses a Sanderflex a lot on his channel. They're
I
very
haven't.
good for-
I haven't watched anything of Phil's for God, I don't know how long.
Yeah, they're saying they're good on uneven edges and uneven surfaces.
All right, okay. Always good to know. Right, I think that's us. How are we doing on time?
10
A
minutes to
little
the
bit
hour.
early, but a little bit early. Right, I will change the camera. I'm just moving stuff.
I was waiting for that. Everyone's saying nice one, Wayne.
Right. There I am.
Wayne. Hello.
Right, let's see what sort of. Yeah, we're still sitting at about 5 inch, and we are. It's gone down a bit in diameter. We're sitting at about 7¼ inch. And there she is. A nice little ash natural edge pedestal bowl. Nice grain on it. With the
Nice.
difference between the hardwood and the softwood, and that actually shows through in the middle as well.
Very nice.
There you go. Right, I'll bring Andrew back in. There
Hello.
we are. Right. Oh, glasses.
Chris says he can get his beauty sleep earlier now. Thanks, Wayne.
No problem, Chris. Anytime. Thanks for all the comments, guys. Right, we've got a wee bit of time. I'm starting to do this when we get a wee bit of time. Any other questions? I've had a bit of a sphere week this week, and I was going to say it to Joe Senior on Wednesday night when I was doing the spheres that I was going to send the one down, and then I got the call from Glyn last night to say that they're coming up. So I came in the workshop this morning. One of the spheres I did during the week was out of Spalted Beach. So I've been out and I've decorated some of the spalting with my
that's really
with my Versatip pyro machine. So just to highlight some of the spalting and just put a bit of decoration on there just to make it something a little bit different. Thank you very much, Ruby. Very much appreciated. And I'll see you soon, I hope.
So Brian with the Wise wanting to know, would you expect it to crack or warp due to the time since felling?
Right. I got this particular piece in basically a long log, a really long log. So I've just actually cut a piece off the log this morning to turn this. I know it's going to crack there. It's definitely going to crack there because that's where the little bit of pith is left in, which I didn't notice while I was turning. So the little bit of pith is left in there. So that's already got a crack. So that will widen. As to whether the rest of it will crack, I don't think it will, to tell you the truth. I think it's thin enough that it won't crack, and it's also thick enough that it's not probably going to warp very much. Although saying that, I turned an ash platter a few months ago, and just had it in the house. It was all finished off, all waxed and everything, finished off. And I was taking a bowl down to Shug when I went down to see Jamie the other week, and that bowl was fine. It came from the same tree and everything. That bowl was fine, but the bigger one, that had warped the hell. I mean, it was going everywhere. It really was. But so I give that one to Shug as well. So he's got the pair of them.
Very nice. It just goes to
Another
show you,
one.
though, doesn't it?
It does. Well, I mean, we were talking about wood before and whether it'll warp, whether it'll move, and everything. Now, Country Wood Girl was in the chat that night, and she's a cabinet maker down in Cumbria. She knows a hell of a lot about wood and everything. And she said the wood that they use is actually kiln dried down to between 6 and 8%. Yeah, so it's very, very dry. But she also said as soon as you put it into somebody's house, there's different humidity, there's different dryness in people's houses. So it all depends on the humidity and the dryness of your own home as to whether the wood is going to move when you take it in there.
Yeah,
Our house our house tends to be fairly cool all the time because I'm a stingy sod and I refuse to pay for the central heating. If I want to get warm, I'll come out here and put the wood burner on.
And use your bags of shavings.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jen said the other night, it's getting cold. I said, put another jumper on.
Yeah, absolutely.
See you later, Joey.
See you later, Joey. Yeah, he's got to go back to work. Luckily, I don't have to do that until Monday.
Yeah. Now, Pete's just put in controlling the chainsaw cut direction. It helps with stabilizing the timber, but in reality, we seldom get that choice. The most stable wood you're going to get straight from felling is when it's milled, if it's quarter sawn. If you get a piece of wood that's quarter sawn, that tends to be the most stable. A lot of people, when they're milling wood these days, they just do through and through. So basically, they'll start at the top and they'll just take slices, they'll just take slabs off as they're going through. But if you ever see quarter sawn wood, that is the most stable wood. Ben's saying, tell her to do star jumps. God, if you knew Jane Ben, you wouldn't be saying that. Right, let's see if I've got just a piece of log here, so I see if I can explain quarter sawn. Where's my pencil? It'll be in my smoke. Right, bear with me a minute. So I'll find my pencil. It's not the pencil I was after. Where do bloody pencils go in workshops?
Right there.
Sharpie. That'll be able to do it better. Right, so there we have a log. Imagine this is a long length of wood, and you want to get it milled. Usually, people these days, what they do is they'll just go through and through like that, top to bottom, and just get it slabbed up. Now, up here, it's going to be very, very unstable. Okay, down towards the center, if you cut it to the pith's way off on one side on here, well, that doesn't matter. Along here, where the pith usually is, if you cut something across there, that's quarter sawn. If you cut it in half, right, both of those planks will be quarter sawn and tends to be a lot more stable than other cuts. So actually, when people are quarter sawn wood, they'll take a couple of bits out of there, like that. They'll take slices from the top to the bottom, like that. They'll come in at an angle on the sides, like that. Okay. Now, obviously, with these cuts, you don't get the width of board that people get when it's through and through cuts, but it's much more stabilized. It's a hell of a lot more expensive to buy,
right?
But it's much more stable than just doing a through and through. And like, well, it all depends. Ben's saying I don't think quarter sawn wood has very nice grain pattern. It really all depends on the wood. It depends on what grain it's got already. And quarter sawn oak, I think, is particularly pretty. Who's asked that? John. It's you can't see it properly. Up, I can't bend my arm that way. That's it. Somebody was asking what the tattoo is. It's just I think it's supposed to be a devil's head. Ben saying nice flag. Brad saying, did he just want to draw the Union Jack?
I must admit, it did look like it.
Yeah, it does a little bit, doesn't it? But is it upside down?
Well.
I wonder how many people in the chat knew that. You can actually hang the Union Jack upside down. Right, it's 1 o'clock. Oh, sorry, it's 2 o'clock. I'm going to shoot off and get some lunch and see what the hounds are doing in the house, see if there's any destruction. And I think Steve will be on tonight. I'm not too sure. I haven't seen a notification yet for Steve being on tonight, but Steve's usually on. Steve SK Crafts is usually on the Friday night, 7:45. Tomorrow, like Jamie said, we've got the virtual crafty on starting at 10 a.m. UK time with Jamie and running throughout the day. Yeah, John said quarter sawn wood doesn't move with the weather. That's basically what we're saying. What I've been saying here, John. It's more stable. Right, I'm going to press the button, and I'll see you tomorrow, either earworming or in me. I don't think I am earworming for anybody tomorrow, but I will be certainly be in my live. My live's at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, and I'm going to be doing some colouring with Joe Sonia paints.
Very nice.
Right.